going to show you how to re-thermal paste a graphics card. Okay. Usually I do this when I buy a used one. I put the thermal paste all over again. I remove the old one on the graphics card CPU. Because I don't know how long they've been using it, whatever. But this one, I got this one on eBay used. This is another MSI 1660 Super, and I'm going to re-thermal paste this one. So I'm going to show you how I do it, or how it's done, I should say. But okay, so let me just bring down this camera right here. Try to do this all in one take. Okay, so let me zoom in here. Zoom it in a little bit here. Okay, so I got myself thermal paste and small screwdriver, and just to apply the thermal paste. Alright, so basically it has 4 screws in the back of it. It depends what model. Sometimes they may have other screws to get it out or whatever, but mainly they usually have 4 screws in the back to take it out. So I take these 4 screws off. The screws have springs on them. They look like this. Kind of like a screw with a spring on it. Looks like that. So I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna take the screws out. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. This is 3. This is number 4. Okay. So then this should flip. I gotta be careful because it's usually attached to a cable. So I'll flip it over like that. The fans and the heat sink are attached to that cable there. You see it? Alright, so you see that the CPU there with the thermal paste on it, and there's some thermal paste there, so I'm gonna clean that out. What I use is these little cotton rounds. That's what I do, but you can use something else, or maybe a little rag or something. But I use these cotton rounds, and then I gotta open this up, so I gotta use my teeth because it's kind of stuck there a little bit. Alright, just open up the thermal paste. Just have it ready. Right there. Okay, so I use isopropyl alcohol to clean the CPU. And I just clean it away. Well, I'm gonna do the heat sink first. A lot of times when I'm go to clean these, it's like clumpy and hard. So that way, by the way, what you hear in the background, that's just my duck. I have a duck in the backyard, and it's just annoying sometimes. Okay, there's a little piece here. Anyway, alright. Clean the CPU. I mean the heat sink, and I'm gonna clean the CPU. See, it's very hard and clumpy. So just go like that. I kind of like press a little bit on the sides, because the sides it's kind of hard to get. You gotta be careful because it does have these little tiny chips there. Very, very tiny chips. So you don't want to like kind of knock one out. I mean, I've never had that happen, but anything can happen, you know. You never know. So I usually use about 2 or 3, depending on how much thermal paste is on it. So okay, so let's start cleaning this. looks good. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna get every little tiny bit off. I think that's good enough. That looks pretty good, right? See that? Grind it up a little bit. And then what I usually do is I use a little bit of this compressed air. And being that this is a used one, I like to spray around it. Okay, so that's good enough. Now I get the thermal paste. This is the one that I have. Got this one from Amazon. I don't know how good is it or whatever, but I'll just use it. Use what I got. So I just apply it just a little bit. Just like that. And I use this. This is the way I do it. And I just spread it around. I just covered the entire silver part, metal silver part of it with thermal paste. This is just the way I do it. You can do it the way you want to do it. You know, I've seen some other people do it a different way. But I just cover it up like that. That's pretty much how I do it. And then the remaining amount that's on there, I just put it right at the spot where this heat sink is, where the heat sink is gonna go directly on top of that. So close this up. So I like to kind of clean it up a little bit because it's muted a little bit on the sides. That's just me. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. And I just clean this up here. Okay, just like that. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Now I just close it up. Simple. Just line up the holes. Just line it up like that. And I just start putting in the screws. I don't tighten them all the way. I just put in one by one. And I just turn it just a little bit, just enough to hold the screw, and then after I'm done, I kind of tighten them up, but not crazy tight, but you know, nice and snug, not King Kong tight, you know. And I just do it like opposite, like that. Opposite. Each screw opposite of each other. Okay, so did that one. Tighten that one up. Tighten that one up. And I'm going to tighten this one up. Not crazy tight, just... That's pretty much it. That's the way I do it. So let me just zoom out, So that's it, guys. So that's how I re-thermal paste a graphics card. And that's it for the video, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you later on the next video. This was going right into one of my new rigs. Peace.